Alrighty, and I'm back with another one. Premonition from, I forget. Whoa, I looked at it wrong. There we go, 2007. So this is 12 years old. This I got at, oh no, I got this in a bundle of movies from a friend of mine who had who had to evict one of her tenants, and they left behind a slew of movies. I kept a bunch of them. This was one of them. The others that I didn't like, I took them to FYE for store credit. Or no, yeah, store credit, and I bought Funkos with them. So that was cool. Anyway, Premonition. This movie is actually really good. I forgot how I felt about it years ago because I watched many, many things over the years, and I forget how they made me feel, or if I really liked them, or if I hated them. And the thing I've been doing is posting on my Facebook how I felt about them and different things, and then I come across it in my memories, and it pops up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's how I felt. So for this, I wrote that I really enjoyed it, and I forgot about the plot twist. If you haven't seen this movie, I do recommend it. It's really good. But if you don't like Sandra Bullock, then you're missing out, sort of. I guess I don't know. It all depends. Everybody has different tastes. People hate actors. People hate actresses. People love them. It's vice versa. You know what I'm talking about. So there's the disc for it. And ooh, almost dropped it. And it is kind of scratched up. It doesn't skip though. Plays straight through. And there's the front for it. Ooh, shit. Smooth move, X-Lax. Yeah, this movie is really good. And the alternate ending was even better. Because that was really kind of shocking for me. But yeah, so I won't go into the plot twist of it, but I want to show you the inside of this. Oh, yeah. A vintage. Hey! Faggotron. That's one of my favorite words I made up, Faggotron. A vintage Blockbuster rental case. We will never forget. But hey, Bend, Oregon still got a store open, so that's cool. So, anyway, the story for this plays out like the only thing I can really compare it to is This Is Us. Not the whole family scenario, but the bits and pieces plot setup. And this actually tells the story in reverse, which is nice. That's original filmmaking right there. You may laugh at that or whatever, but that's an original concept, making the film backwards versus, doing it, you know, it's backwards instead of going straight forwards. Um, but yeah, it's like This Is Us's premise where, you get the flashbacks that tie into the present situation and whatnot, and it's really confusing at first because you don't pick up on it, and if you're a first time watcher of this movie, it's gonna be confusing. I guarantee you, it's gonna be confusing because you won't understand it until you get to the very end, and it's like, oh man, what? And then you finally understand it. Or you can be the smart ass, go to the end of the movie, and then rewind it backwards, like, oh, now I get it. So this movie, I really enjoyed it actually after rewatching it, a decade after it came out. Ooh, man. I got a burp and it's stuck. So if I burp, you know what's going on. So this movie I really enjoyed. The plot is phenomenal. The concept and premise are totally original. I love it. Um, the cast is good. What else did I like? Setting was nice. The plot twist was phenomenal. There's actually a movie that I'm gonna be doing once I get into the bottom of this box by my bed. You saw that I showed you before in the introduction video. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. Because I think this box is full. There's a movie in there that has the king of plot twists that I absolutely love and will stand by to this day. And it's highly underrated. um, I do like Sandra Bullock. I'm not like hardcore. I'm not a hardcore super fan of her, but I do like her work. There's some of her movies that are good, some that are bad, some people haven't seen, and so on and so forth. Um, if you like psych thrillers and plot twists, this is the movie for you. If you can't handle uh thrillers because you're easily scared and shit, don't watch this. Go read the Adventures of Spot. If, like I said before, we don't like Sandra Bullock, sorry, guess not. You're not going to be watching this. It also has Julian McMahon in this. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, Julian McMahon from Nip Tuck. That's another good series that he was in. I never did finish that though. Nia Long's in this. She was in a good couple of films and shows. Um, I don't know all of her films, but I know she was in the, I'm trying to think, third or fourth season of Third Watch. If you don't know that show, I'll explain that in another video because I have that on my computer. I have stuff in this box, stuff on my computer, so it'll be back and forth going through stuff in the future, so you know. So yeah, so Nia Long's in this. Kate McGillian, Amber Valletta, and Peter Stormare. I don't know who the hell they are. I probably do know them, but you know, I know faces and names. Like if you showed me, I don't know if you shit. Let me go to this. Like if you said, "Hey, you know this guy?" and I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I know that guy, but I don't know his name." That's how I am. I know faces, not names. So that's how I always am. So with this movie is phenomenal. It's got a good setup. I enjoyed it. I give it a solid 8 out of 10, honestly, because it's really good and it's aged well. So there's like none of that like drop off with it, and that some films have that, you know, you find a good movie that you watched when you were younger and it was shitty. What's a movie that really aged well that I can compare this to? Butterfly Effect. Yeah, that's decent comparison. When that came out, that got such shit reviews and everything, and wasn't well received. Fast forward years later, aged beautifully. So, would I recommend this to my friends? Yeah, because like I've said before, most of my friends have seen some of these movies that I review and whatnot. They like them, they don't like them. You know, freedom to like what you want. Would I recommend it to you? Sure, try it out. See if you like it. You know, if you want to try this for some of these films that I recommend, you know, they are good for date night, and some of them are good for if you just want to kick back and try something new. Never hurts to try something new. So, that's Premonition from 2007 with Sandra Bullock. Um, you know, that's how I feel about it. So, I'll be back with another one. Stay tuned.